everyone doing here? And Team Effort Network, another wonderful, wonderful, fantastic day. It is Wednesday, and if we have been doing what we're supposed to do, this is the day to celebrate, because Wednesday is, what is it, family? Yes, it is all day long for the last 12 years, non-stop. People's lives have been changed because of Team Effort International, and we continue to do so. Well, you have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, and this is your host, Pastor Lisa Gal, along with my business partner, One Stop, Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Go right ahead, introduce yourself, and let us know where you're calling in from. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mother McCoy. I was invited by Mr. Paul Jackson, and I'm very interested in your product.
Oh, wonderful. Good morning, Mother McCoy. Thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
Michael McCoy from Bridgeville, Maryland.
Woohoo! Maryland's in the house. Keep it coming, family.
GC in the house, Robert Smith.
I know you're here, Robert. You're here to announce what? What are you here to announce, Robert? That today is what?
Payday. Happy payday.
And congratulations once again for becoming an executive in Team Effort Network, Robert Smith.
Oh, thank you.
Pastor Dan, good morning. Oh my goodness, that's my girl Cheryl.
I'm Pastor Denise. I am now leaving AT&T. I just made some sales on the product. I'm now leaving the store. I just made some sales this morning.
Wow. Cheryl, I know you're out there at it. Cheryl. Welcome to the call. Keep it coming, family. Who's with us this morning? Keep it coming.
You got to keep Moultrie. Keep Moultrie in the house.
Keep Moultrie.
Hey.
What's going on, sir?
Hey. Yeah.
Welcome. Keith, how's it going, man? Still building.
Oh, man, it's going one.
Go for that Mercedes. I love that Mercedes I saw on Facebook.
It's looking good, right?
Man, I'm telling you.
Oh, my God.
I'm stopping. About to stop traffic with that one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sandy, go in.
Hey, Sandy.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Welcome, Sandy. Good to hear you.
Excellent.
Be here.
Welcome, family. Keep it coming. What's with us this morning?
Hey. Chris Day, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, hi, Chris Day. What's up, sir? How's it going, superstar?
I'm at work spraying my bee.
Good to hear you this morning coming out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Don Joseph, Emeryville, California.
Good morning, Don Joseph.
Jesse.
Keep it coming. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning.
Evelyn, Oakland, California.
Ooh, hi, Evelyn. Welcome, Evelyn.
Thank you.
Keep it coming, family. Keep it coming.
From California.
California's in the house.
California's in the house. We want California.
Welcome.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Coming like a mighty Russian wind. What's going on with you, family? What are you all excited about? What's happening here in Team Effort Network? You know what? There is something definitely in the atmosphere for 2015. I know everyone is feeling that. You know, I was speaking with Amy and Mel the other day, and even Mel did the same thing. You know, there is something in the atmosphere for 2015, and I know you all can feel what's happening. I think that this is the year that great things are going to happen. We laid the foundation when we launched last year in 2014. A lot of seeds were planted, a lot of lives were changed, testimony after testimony. You know, we got the vision, we're running with it. And now we're just taking 2015 by storm. And something great is going to happen within this year. You've got to know it is. You know, when I say keep your goals and your visions before you, like Mel Gill said, you got to will it to happen. And what do you want to come forth out of 2015? Where do you see yourself in Las Vegas at our 10 extravaganza? You know, where do you see yourself walking? Do you see yourself walking across stage, receiving acknowledgement for something you've done? Or do you see yourself in the audience with people? Visualize where you see yourself. Do you see yourself winning that brand new Mercedes-Benz this year? Do you see that? Do you see your team growing? And I do hope that everyone is staying focused. We have the 1-year Power 2 challenge that has taken place. It started off this month, January 2015. As you know, we go strong starting this month. That 1-year Power 2 challenge is going to change your life come January 2016. And many of you have already accomplished your goals for January, and that is great. Congratulations to you. But as you get your 2 and help you to get there too, you are definitely on your course to greatness, and you are definitely on your course to financial freedom, because come January 2016, that monthly residual is going to be yours. You got to see that it's going to happen, and we're going to push you, and we're going to help you to make that happen. Do not forget you have just a couple of weeks left to take advantage of the January Frenzy bonus, and congratulations to those who've already won that Fast Start bonus. As you know, the Frenzy bonus in January is your new business partner getting their new business partner within their first 7 days, and you get to double the Fast Start bonus and get your 2 business partners within the same 7 days, and you get to triple the Fast Start bonus. So yes, great things happening here at Team Muscle Network. Of course it is. Why? Because Team Muscle Network is the best company in the industry. We have sprays like none other, have been tested, have been proven. We have testimony after testimony, and there is no comparison when it comes to Team Muscle Network natural vitamin sprays. You got to know that for yourself. Well, I'm going to pause right here for the cause, bringing my business partner, one star, Pastor Del Whitener. Pastor Del, are you there?
I'm here. I'm hearing all the excitement on the call is popping like popcorn, so, stay focused. I tell you, it's exciting to hear all of these exciting people, these new people that's joining them on the call, new people that are being reached. I had a series of 3-way calls yesterday with people all over the country, we had about 4 calls, and people are excited about, this product line. They haven't seen anything like it. Can't wait till the new product lines are coming out. We're just excited about where we're going in this company. And don't forget, we do it all because of Team Effort Network. We work as a team to effectuate change in everyone's life, because change is our number 1 product. So, hey, guys, let's get it done.
Let's get it done. It is getting done. And I said, you know what? We are in such a position of favor. And I thank God for where we are. If you all were on the call yesterday, you heard Dr. Rosie's testimony. And it's just incredible what the natural vitamin sprays are doing for so many different people around the globe. Dr. Rosie shared about how she, the doctors could do nothing for the condition that she suffered for just about 20 years. And the medication that she was taking, how the medication just made her worse. And it became an embarrassment for her to even travel because of the amount of medication that she had to take with her. She talked about how she felt when she woke up in the morning, like she had been beaten all night with a baseball bat. This how this condition had her feeling, and she just had arthritis in her fingers and couldn't move them, and all these different things that she suffered because of a condition she had, fibromyalgia. And I love it when Dr. Whitener said that she just took a simple vitamin supplement, just a simple vitamin supplement to make a difference in her health after suffering for 20 years. In less than 30 days, taking the vitamin D and the B boost and the cell energy, how it just turned her entire life around. And we're going to have a young lady with us today that's going to talk with us more about the vitamin sprays and the importance of it and why you need to take supplements. Some of you think that, well, I eat good, I don't really need to take supplements. Yes, you do. So I am so excited to welcome back to the call again today. I hope to have her on at least once a week, because she brings us such wonderful information in regards to the vitamin sprays and how they work with the body. So let us welcome to the call family once again, Miss Shakena Day. Miss Shakena, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, how you doing?
I am doing great, Shakena. I've been excited waiting to hear from you all week long. I'm learning everything big to the call. I'm learning. I'm writing it down. And it's just helping me to be more knowledgeable about our sprays and why people are getting the results that they're getting. So I want you to go right ahead and introduce yourself and go ahead and share what you prepared to give us today.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Shakena out of Atlanta, Georgia. Pretty much I just want to talk briefly today on the importance of supplementation. A lot of times, a lot of people do not supplement, don't take vitamins. And, of course, we have to understand that it's very vital and very important. It's just as important as what we eat every day. Because, again, of course, we won't receive all the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals that we need out of our foods. So it's very key and vital and important that we actually do supplement as well as eat right and exercise along with that. I want to give this little testimony. I was at work, and I work in a laboratory, and I work overnight. So if anybody has ever worked overnight, it's very difficult. I work overnight and I work 12-hour shifts. So on top of that, that it's even more difficult. And then I'm a wife and a mother of three, a 7-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So, just having to do all of that, just my day-to-day functions as well as working overnight was very, very, very hard for me. And so when I started the vitamin sprays, I saw a major change in everything, my attitude, my energy level. I saw a major change, even to the point where, usually around, cold and flu season, I would be getting sick. And I didn't this season. So that was a major, that stood out to me so much. And one day I was at work, and, a couple of people on my shift, quite a few people on my shift, they actually purchased some sprays from me. And one of the guys, he came and he was like, Shakena, do you have any B today? I need some B. I was like, I don't have any right now, but I have a shipment coming in and I can bring you some. And I was like, are you all out? He was like, yes, I just used my last bottle. I just sprayed as much as I could. He was like, okay, hold on. I'm going to go take the top off. I was like, okay. He wanted it so bad. He took the top off and tried to get the remaining. He went and dug in the trash can first to actually get the spray out of the trash can. And then he picked up the bottle and just tried to get as much out of it as he could, because he needed that extra boost. He needed that boost to get through the night. And so one of the girls was there. She was working, and she was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I have to get this because I need this. This is like heaven sent stuff right here. And she was like, what is it? And she was like, okay. She was like, Shakena can tell you all about it. So right then and there was my opportunity to explain to her. So what I did, I said, okay, I did a brief overview of what it was, just took about 5 minutes, and explained the importance of it, the absorption rate of the sprays, all of that. And she was just so intrigued. And so the next day I told her I didn't have any cards on me currently. So the next day I brought her a postcard that gave all the brief information and background of that. I got her email, sent her some email, emailed her some information regarding all of the products, a breakdown, some testimonials, all of that, and my business card. And when she saw that, she was like, oh my goodness, I've never heard of this before. Okay, I'm going to call you most definitely and order some. And that right there stood out to me, because if you have other people that actually see the power of the product and knows that it works, you don't really have to say much of anything, because people will tell other people. And that's exactly what happened on my shift, to the point where, almost everybody on my shift is using at least one of the sprays. So that right there is very, very powerful. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is this weekend we had a TTP in Florida. And I remember the first TTP that we actually had was earlier this month. It was earlier last month in December. And, we sent out invites and everything. But of course we didn't get the response that we wanted. There was only one person that came that day. And of course, my husband was like, okay, don't let this, it's not going to discourage us. We're just going to keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on going, keep pushing. And guess what? The next month, we had a lady sign up, and she was like, okay, I want you to come down. When are you going to come down? So we, coordinated together. We worked it out. I created some flyers for her, and I shot out emails and everything like that. So the TTP that we had this past Saturday, we had about 20 people there. And this is our second TTP. And that right there was just like so profound. And they were just eating it up. They were just eating it up. They were eating that information up to the point where 3 people were already using the sprays because they purchased the sprays from me months ago. So they gave their testimony as to how it affected them. One lady said that she used the spray. She had to quit a job because she was in so much pain, to the point where she couldn't stand. Her legs and hands were aching very, very bad. She said 2 days after she started spraying, the pain started to slowly cease. And she said now she doesn't even have the pain any longer. So that right there, and I didn't even know this. I know we had spoken, but she didn't tell me this. So just her giving her testimony in that environment woke everybody else up to the point where, okay, well, this is real. This is not just me trying to sell something. No, this is me trying to give you information and how we can actually benefit from these products. And then another lady was there, and she gave her testimony, and she was like, yeah, I was on the B and the Super 10, and, I was having pains like arthritis, and I'm not even experiencing that anymore. So that right there alone was powerful, so powerful. And we went through that presentation, and people were just feeding, asking questions, wanting to learn more, to the point where we're going back next weekend for another TTP, So my thing is, you keep that momentum going. I don't care if it's only one person that shows up. I don't care if it's only 2 people that show up. You keep driving. You keep doing what you have to do. You keep doing those follow-up calls. You keep sending out those emails, talking to people. It doesn't matter. You can talk to a stranger about anything. One day we were at the house, and the maintenance man came by, and he had to check on some things. And my sprays came in. So I told my daughter, she went and got the sprays for me. And I did this on purpose. I had her open the box and make sure all the sprays were there. And she laid them right there on the counter. And the maintenance guy was right there. And so I said, do you take vitamins? And so he was like, yes, I do take vitamins. Are those vitamins? I was like, yes, they are. So right there was my opportunity to break it down. I broke it down to him. And he was just like, okay, I need these. I really need these. To the point where he was like, okay, I'm going to contact you because I want these. So there's always opportunities. And if there's not an opportunity, make a way for opportunity. So that, and that's very key. I just want to break down the actual vitamins because they're so powerful and so beneficial. I want to start with the Slim. The Slim is a very good product because nowadays everybody's looking to lose weight. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to lose weight. But at the same time, they want to sometimes they want to just, I guess not eat, which that is a problem, because we have to constantly eat in order to keep our levels consistent, our glucose levels consistent to the point where we're not fatigued. And basically when we don't eat properly, we're not eating as we should. If we're not eating 6 meals a day, then we're storing food. We're storing fat because our body is saying, okay, well, I don't know when I'm going to get my next meal, so I cannot let go of this. I have to keep it in case of emergency, and that's what your body does when you're not eating properly, when you don't eat right. And when I mean consistently and properly, you're not eating the right things. You may go to Burger King and get a combo, and you may eat a combo 2 times a day, 2 combos for lunch and dinner. And that's it. That's a problem because number one, the things that you're putting in your body is not good, far as the actual fried foods because of all the oils and everything, the way it's cooked. And then on top of that, you're not eating consistently to the point where you're not able to burn that excess or burn those calories off because your body is saying, okay, well, I don't know when I'm going to get my next meal, so I have to keep this. So what the Slim does, it actually helps us burn that fat, even the fat that we're digesting currently. So the food that we're eating, it helps use that fat for energy first, because your fat is going to be the last thing that your body uses for energy, your fat storage. It uses everything else, but your fat storage is the last thing. So basically what it does, it targets that fat. A lot of times, women and men, as we get older, we start getting heavier in the midsection. Okay, a lot of that comes with what we eat, but also we have to understand what type of fat is that. There's two types of fat. There's visceral fat and there's subcutaneous fat. That subcutaneous fat is right beneath the skin. That's usually the fat that's in our arm areas, maybe in our legs, sometimes in our midsection. But most of the fat that's in our midsection may be visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that's surrounding our organs. And the fat, when it begins to surround your organs, it makes your organs overwork and work itself to the point where it's working itself to exhaustion. And then, of course, it may cause other issues as far as blockage in your organs. So, because it constricts it. And so you want to prevent that. So what the Slim does, it helps eliminate that visceral fat and that subcutaneous fat and burn it. So that way, that's how you start losing the actual weight. Also, the Super 10. The Super 10 is a powerful product because it helps with your mood. It also helps with anti-inflammatory diseases. So basically, any disease that contains itis is an inflammatory disease. So therefore, it helps target those anti-inflammatory properties that are in our. It helps prevent inflammation in our body, and that helps with that. I had a couple of people actually using the Super 10, and they just expressed how calm and relaxed it made them feel. To me, it actually helps me focus when I'm trying to read or study. It actually helps me focus, so I actually like that product. The B Boost. The B Boost is very powerful. A lot of people say, I need a boost. I need a boost. That's what I need. Okay, that's exactly what the B Boost is. It's your booster. It gives you a boost. It helps you. It gives you that extra energy to go throughout the day, to go throughout the day without being tired and fatigued, and it helps you focus. And then, of course, a lot of times when you're tired and fatigued and all of that, you don't have that extra energy to go to the gym. You don't have that extra energy to do extracurricular activities with your kids or your family or whatever the case may be. But when you have that extra energy, then you can do so much more. You can do a lot of things. And I actually like that. And it also helps with diabetes, high blood pressure, depression. All of those are risk factors associated with vitamin B deficiencies. Okay, cell energy. Cell energy, I like. I like this product. I guess, I don't know if it's because I'm a biologist that I like this product, but I really like this product because I understand the scientific background about it. So I want to just break down the body for a moment. Now, we have cells in our body, and our cells, they grow, they replicate, they divide. And then we have damaged cells in our body. Our damaged cells may come from a lot of different things. If you're a smoker, it comes from cigarette smoke. Even if you're not a smoker and you're around someone that smokes, then you can actually get damaged cells from that cigarette smoke. The pollution that's in the air causes damage to our cells. There are so many environmental factors that cause damage to our cells. And if we're not knowledgeable about this, the average person may say, oh, I'm healthy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do that. I don't do this, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, there's still environmental factors around us that causes damage to our cells without us even knowing it. So the damaged cells are called free radicals. Now, those free radicals can also damage other cells and cause damage throughout the body. And what it does is, basically, if we're not getting rid of those free radicals out of our body, then that's where all the diseases and cancers and everything comes from, because we have all these free radicals in our bodies. these damaged cells that are causing damage to the other cells. But when they begin to not die off, when they don't die off, then that's when cancer, that's cancer. That's considered cancer. When a cell is damaged and it does not die off, that's considered cancer. That's what cancer is. So our cells are made to grow, to divide, and when they get old and kind of damaged, they are supposed to die off. But in times, we have damaged cells that are causing damage to other cells, and then to the point where we have cells that are not dying. They're just replicating and replicating and replicating, and then that's where we get all these diseases are coming from. Well, what glutathione does and alpha-lipoic acid, they work together. Okay, they work together, and that's in the cell energy. They work together to actually neutralize, basically get rid of all of those damaged cells in our body, so that way our body can actually grow new healthy cells and replicate those cells. So that's why it's so very important to have glutathione in our body, because if we don't have that, we don't have glutathione, we don't have alpha-lipoic acid, we don't have antioxidants, then those antioxidants actually help our body to get rid of those free radicals. You know, the antioxidants also with Super 10, the maki berry, the goji berry, the Aussie berry, all of those have antioxidants. They contain very powerful antioxidants. And what the antioxidants do, the antioxidants are actually chemicals that actually interact and neutralize the free radicals. That way they can actually die off and your body can actually grow new healthy cells. So that's very, very important. We have T cells in our body, and those T cells basically they target the cancer cells and activate those. They target those and attack those. And so if we don't have T cells in our body that's activated, that's how cancer grows, because the T cells aren't recognizing those. The T cells actually recognize, foreign objects in our body and try to get rid of infection and disease. But if those T cells aren't activated, if they are not activated, they will not fight the cancer. They will not fight the disease. They won't do anything. So that's why it's so very important that we have these antioxidants in our body to actually help that process. I also want to say that these products are so beneficial. You know, I have my cousin was like, she was just like eating up this presentation that we did on Saturday, because she felt like, for so long she was like, oh, I don't like to take vitamins, I don't like to take medicine, but after that presentation, she was buying it, and to the point where she was saying, okay, I'm getting into the business, So you have to tap into what's important. You have to get people to see it's important to take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our bodies. It's so many diseases and everything that's out there that's preventable if we just take care of our bodies. I have a lot of my clients say, well, like I have two clients that I just met this past weekend in Florida, and, they got on the meal plan, the sprays and all, and they were like, oh no, I don't know if I can do this. I know the sprays is simple, but I don't know if I can change what I'm eating, because after they looked at the meal plan. But you know what? Guess what? The next day, 2 days later, they were like, oh, thank you. This is easy. This is good. You have to change your mindset. It's all about your mindset, how you look at things. Nothing is ever easy, and anything worth having is not easy. So my thing is, you have to work for everything you want. If you want it bad enough, if you want to be healthy, if you want to live a long time, if you want to live up, grow old to see your children grow up and their children grow up, then you have to change your mindset. You have to change your way of thinking. Like my parents, everybody's parents first, and their parents for so long have eaten a certain way and done things a certain way. But at the same time, that's why nowadays older people, and even younger people, they are ending up with high blood pressure, diabetes. I have a friend, she's as skinny as a pole, and she has high blood pressure because she wasn't taking care of her body. I mean, she is thin. When I mean thin, she is thin. and she has high blood pressure, and she's 30. That's a problem. If people don't grab hold and see the importance of taking care of yourself, then you're lost. It's just like being lost. You have to take care of your bodies. We have to take care of ourselves. And we also have to teach our children how to take care of themselves, because it's habits. We have to form good habits. We can't get to the point where it's easy just to stop by McDonald's or Burger King and grab something, a bite to eat. That's easy. But we have to get outside of that and start realizing what is in this food that we're eating. What are they putting in the foods? What are in these medications that we're taking? They are natural ways and natural things that we can actually use that can benefit our body, that we don't have, side effects, that we are not getting the same symptoms as what we're trying to get treated for. So those are some of the things that we have to tap into. Education is the key. We have to educate ourselves. Even with these products, we have to educate ourselves, because we should be able to go to someone and easily talk to someone and explain the importance of our products, because it's not about selling, it's about sharing the information. And once we share that information and they see that, because a lot of people will turn away if they think you're just trying to sell something. No, you provide them with the information. And once they see that, then let them get back with you. Then whether or not, okay, well, if they're really serious about, getting healthy, and they won't seem like, oh, you're just trying to sell them something, you're just trying to make money. It just depends on where's your heart, where's your passion. My passion is to get people on a healthy track, a healthier lifestyle, to get healthy, look healthy, feel healthy, more energetic. And even though it's not all about, yes, nutrition is part of it, but we can't get everything that we need out of the things that we eat. We also have to supplement, because of the way the manufacturers are manufacturing our foods now. A lot of our nutrients and vitamins have been depleted, so we're not getting everything that we need. All of these things that they're putting in foods to actually prolong the shelf life are causing damage to our bodies. All these preservatives, guess what it's doing? It's preserving on the shelf. It put it to preserve on the shelf, but guess what? When we digest it, it's doing the same thing in our body. It's staying there. It's not going anywhere. So we have to think about that. I always tell my clients, fresh is best. If you can buy anything, one ingredient, look at your labels. You know what I'm saying? If it contains one ingredient, like the salmon, they may sell salmon. A lot of times they put a red dye in there to make it look fresh. But if you're not paying attention to that, that's some fine print. If you're not paying attention to that, you'll overlook that and say, oh, I'm eating salmon today. But guess what? You're eating dye and other preservatives along with that, which is still causing damage to your body. So you also have to be careful and mindful. Look at your labels, read, research, understand exactly what is in what we're consuming, and understand the importance of our vitamins, nutrients, and supplements. I tell my clients this. Our motto is this. My husband and I, our motto is this. If you want to look like an athlete, you have to train like an athlete. How do athletes train? They eat right, they exercise, and they supplement. That's those three key things that they do. You know what I'm saying? You can't go throughout. That's just like, you can't go throughout the day. And I also tell my clients this and tell other people, you can't expect, your vitamins and your supplements to do miracles, because you still have to get rest. Sleep is so important to the point where you can still feel tired and fatigued because your body's not able to recover if you're not getting the proper rest and nutrition that your body needs. So listen to your body as well. That's very important. You have to listen to your body. A lot of times we get sick. Why? Because we're not getting enough rest and we're not eating right. Those are the two main factors of the reason why we're getting sick. And, sleep, I recommend everybody, we need to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. And I know a lot of times that's difficult. Even to myself, it was difficult at one point. I had to go to the doctors. I was having these headaches, all of the case, all of that. but I had to realize and sit down and say, okay, I have to take care of myself. I'm doing too much. I'm going out day to day, but I'm always on the run. And I had to sit down and start taking care of myself. And sometimes we have to do that. We have to actually slow down and listen to our bodies. If you're having headaches, listen to your body. If you're having stomach pains, listen to your body. And a lot of times, if we're not listening to our body, that's where a lot of the diseases are stepping in and coming into play, because we're not listening to our bodies. We're deficient in so many areas, but we're just ignoring the signs. Or we may not even be knowledgeable as to, okay, these are some of the signs and risk factors of vitamin D deficiency, or this is some of the risk signs and factors of vitamin V deficiency or a glutathione deficiency. We're not, so education is key. So we have to listen to ourselves. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is so powerful. And I always want to say this. I tell my clients, don't get upset by the results you didn't get with the work that you didn't do, because it takes work. It takes work to get the results that you want. I don't care if you want to get promoted, you have to work for that promotion, right? If you want to lose 10 pounds, if you want to lose 5 dress sizes, it takes work to get where you want to go. So you have to put in the work. If your team is out there, provide them with the tools that they need to become successful. Follow up with them. See if there's anything that they need help with. Do conference calls, motivate them. Do whatever it takes. A simple text goes a long way. I like how Pastor McDowell, she always sends out a text before the call. All of that plays a major part. Send out emails, create a newsletter every month. That's what me and my husband has been working on, a newsletter for all of our clients, all of our customers, everything. Our team, send out newsletters, do whatever you need to do to motivate, keep people encouraged and motivated, because that's what it's all about. Motivation is power. You can get it goes a long way. If someone's discouraged, like say, for instance, I have a client that's discouraged, feel like they can't make it through the workout, and I'm just standing there looking at them, they're going to feel like it's overwhelming, that they can't get through it. But if I'm sitting there pumping them up, encouraging them the whole way, saying, you can do it, let's push through it. There's more, I see it. If you have that going constantly, then they get that extra push on the inside. It starts coming out. They start building up their self-esteem to the point where, okay, I can do this. I am motivated, and that goes a long, long way. Last thing I want to end with this. You can have either results or excuses, but you can't have both. Which one do you have? Thank you, Dr. Denise.
Oh, my goodness. What a way of putting a cherry on the top. I love that. You can either have results or you can have excuses. Shakena, it always boils down to a choice, doesn't it? It's always a choice. Your health is a choice. Your joy is a choice. Whether you want to be happy or sad, it's a choice. Whether you want to live your dream, it is a choice. And I'm telling you, with all the information that's being brought to you, you guys are just blessed. You got to be blessed when you think about everything that's being shared with you. Being able to have these vitamin sprays and getting our health back, overcoming these different sickness and diseases. Shakena, you talked about the way the foods are being grown and what they're putting in food. And we have to be conscious of that. Yeah, we know we bless us, we ask God to bless it, and yes, He'll bless it. But He also wants us to walk according to wisdom and knowledge, right? He wouldn't want you to take something that you know is bad and say, oh, Lord, I know this is bad, but I want you to bless it. No, I don't think that's what He wants us to do. You got to use wisdom, you got to use knowledge. And I was thinking when you're talking about the food and the different ingredients, I was literally looking at the ingredients that was in butter versus margarine. And I couldn't believe the amount of ingredients that was in a box of margarine. Just look at it, family. I looked at butter, and butter was just, what was it? Cream and salt, right? Just cream and salt. It's like 2 or 3 ingredients. But when you look at margarine, it had like 5 or 10, 15 different ingredients that I couldn't even pronounce. And you're putting this stuff in your body, don't know what it is. So I love it when you said how to sell energy helps to get rid of the damaged cells. And those damaged cells is what cause cancer. Now, if you don't want to do something about that after you have been told, then I'm going to pray for you right now. But when you know that you have something in your hand that it helps prevent, and we know that we can't say that outside of the sprays can heal or cure any sickness or disease that you may have. But you hear the testimony. You hear the testimonies on this call every week on how these sprays are making a difference in people's health and in their life. And what Shakena has broken down with the Slim by 10, I love it the way you said, even if you're going to eat bad food, how the Slim by 10 will take that bad food and turn it into good. My goodness. That just goes to show you how fearfully and wonderfully the body is made. So these sprays have exactly in it what the body is made out of. So eating the fast food from Burger King or McDonald's, the Slim is going to take that oil and that fat and convert it into good. But the key is to stop eating the stuff that's not good for you. Shakena, thank you so much. I enjoy every time you're on call. You bring so much wonderful information to us, and I hope that we're taking action and applying it. And yes, knowledge is power, but not unless you convert it, family. If you don't take this knowledge and do something with it, it's not going to be power. Thank you so very much. Wonderful, wonderful information to feed off of.
Thank you.
We're going to go out to Atlanta, Georgia, once again to One Star Kevin Vaughn with our quote for today. Kevin Vaughn, are you there, sir? Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Dr. Nita Poole, Dr. Poole. Dr. Poole, are you there with our quote for today?
Yes, I am, Denise. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Denise, I love your passion. I love your excitement. And I know sometimes it's just so exciting, it must be a bit confusing. Is it Kevin or is it Anita today? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, absolutely great course. Shakena, you're absolutely spot on. I mean, obviously, Shakena, she knows her nutrition, and she knows, especially with Chris as well, she knows exactly how athletes do it. And, yeah, we may not all want to be an athlete, but we need to look at the athletes because the athletes lead a very, very healthy way of life nowadays. At top performance level, the athletes actually lie down on like a mat, and that mat takes their readings. Science is so highly involved, and the readings on the mat can actually tell whether they have eaten wrongly, not exercised enough, or exercised too much, not slept enough, had any fresh air, maybe had an alcoholic drink, which they're not supposed to, all sorts of things. So, these athletes are monitored very, very, very highly, not only because they're being paid to perform well, but also because if they don't follow regimes in a very, very disciplined way, they're letting the team down. And that's the aspect that we need to follow, basically, because, if we can perform very, very, very highly at a team level in a very disciplined way, we can achieve absolute greatness. And, yeah, it's so incredibly important what Shakena was saying about, foodstuffs and being very, very aware what we eat and what we do. There's a saying that no diet will ever work unless you get real about your relationship with food. That's what's being said. These diets are being highly promoted, but the statistics show that diets don't actually work. What works is when we get a better relationship with our food and a better attitude and a better understanding of food. And Slim by 10 actually helps us with that. Although it's just a nutritional, natural nutritional supplement, it actually helps with that because it helps with, decreasing sugar cravings. It helps to regularize the metabolic rate. It helps to burn up the calories. And we've had many testimonials where people actually say that they are feeling like eating healthier. In fact, a great writer on the subject actually said that when she put on weight, she found that she was becoming disconnected from her body and also disconnected from her food. That was her actual words that she used. And she describes self-medicating with sugar, caffeine, bad television, painkillers, and sleeping tablets, basically. So, if we don't have the right relationship with our food, we use other things in place of what our food, natural healthy food, should be giving us. We go for the wrong things, and then it becomes a vicious cycle because you lose awareness of what natural good food can actually do for us, basically. So, athletes have a very, very fine-tuned body. They are very, very aware of every single aspect of their body. They have to be in order to perform highly. And if we want good health, we need to be highly aware of our body. And unfortunately, Shakena is absolutely spot on. Unfortunately, the corporate food and drink industry is actually marketing stuff to us that actually furthers a disconnect with our body. Now, for example, basically Denise talked about butter and margarine. You're absolutely right, Denise. Margarine, although it's marketed as a low-fat, low-sugar, easy to spread, much, much quicker for our busy lifestyles, cool to use, all of this kind of thing. The reality is a lot of margarine has got a whole load of unnatural substances, basically. And there are many foods out there that are marketed as low-fat. If you really looked at the ingredients and compared it to something else that's equal, that's not low-fat, often you'll find that the sugar is increased. Because to get the consistency right, to get the taste right, and to get the preservative function right, they often add other things. So although it might be marketed as one thing is great, you're giving up the benefit of something else. So really, unless you're having natural substances, you're always trading off one thing against another. The same is, in the what's being marketed to us as low sugar. The reality is many things that are being marketed that are low sugar are actually high in fat, if you compared the same thing. So be very, very aware of marketing hype. And that's our leading edge, folks. If you're wondering, what is really our leading edge? It's not only the uniqueness of the products, it's not only the uniqueness and far superior pay plan. We don't have a pay plan that limits to certain levels and is hugely complicated. Our pay plan, our business plan is really simple. Find two and help those two find two, and just keep doing that and keep teaching that. It's that simple, our pay plan. But our products are leading edge products. They have a high amount of ingredient. They have high quality ingredient. They don't have hype stuff in there. And I've looked at some of the other stuff that's around. The other stuff that is around, I would not want to take. I would not want to be putting some of that stuff into my body. It contains some stuff that is really, really questionable. If you knew what really those ingredients really were, and it's not hard to find out because all you have to do is Google ingredients, basically, you would realize you do not want to put some of that stuff into your body, basically, So ours, on the other hand, if you Google every single ingredient on our tubes, whoa, you'd want to put that into your body. They're absolutely great. So our leading edge is the quality of our products, the amount that's in our products, and the fact that we have high value in our tubes that can make a big difference in people's lives, that's already been shown, proven, tested with the testimonials and the company performance, basically. So, be very, very aware of what's happening out there in the industry. In fact, I won't mention the name of the actual corporate, but the corporate, the drink is full of unnatural stuff. It has no nutrition whatsoever, but it's one of the highest selling drinks out there. They're now going into Asia and Africa, and in order to create the market for the future, what they're doing is so-called helping communities in different ways with marketing hype about their drink. Now, all those people are going to be taken in by that marketing hype, and they're going to be taken in by the so-called help to the community. What they don't realize is they're going to be buying, and they're going to be at the mercy of a market that's being created for that awful drink, basically. And, that's how the big corporate food and drug industry works. So be very, very aware, because the kinds of illnesses that we're talking about, and obviously we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent, but these are serious disorders that people are finding our sprays are actually, their testimonials have shown they are improving. And again, I state we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent, but we have had people with diabetes who are improving, people with, largely overweight who are improving, people with asthma who are improving, people with cardiovascular diseases who are improving, people with Alzheimer's improving, as well as people whose sleep was not so good, they weren't able to exercise, all sorts of different things. And here's how important it is, basically. Cardiovascular disease is one of the biggest killers in the world. Every 6 minutes, someone dies of a heart attack in the UK. It's that important. Well, why do I mention cardiovascular disorders? Because cardiovascular disorders are furthered by poor eating, smoking, diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. And here we have in our hands something that can actually help with exercise, with weight, with sleeping properly, that has helped other people with, various disorders I've just mentioned there. So it's a cycle up, not a cycle down. Bad nutrition is a cycle down. Good nutrition is a cycle up. And that's what we want to do, folks. So Shakena's absolutely right. It's all about educating people. So, we've got a big dream here, and let's go out. As Colin Powell said, a dream doesn't become reality just through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Just like Shakena said, that's how the athlete performs. That's what we've got to do. Edgar Cayce said, dreams are today's answers to tomorrow's questions. We have today's answers to today's problems and tomorrow's questions. Back to you, Denise.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Poole. This has been a very educational call today, family. I suggest that you get this recording, sit down, listen to it, share with a friend, and let them know the importance of taking care of you. You have to take care of yourself. It was a great call. Shakena, thank you once again, for wonderful information that we're just going to feed off of and share with our friends and family. Thank you all for being here today. It has been a fantastic call. Do not forget, if you don't have your tickets for 10 Extravaganza, get your tickets. I think their early bird special is still there. We want to be there March the 14th and take advantage of the frenzy bonus that's taking place for the next couple of weeks. Be back with us again tomorrow morning to hear more great things about what's happening in Team Effort Night and Team Effort Network. Love you all. God bless you. You are loved, but appreciated. Have a blessed day on purpose. Mwah.